The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Well, Lamar Jackson, for all the talents of escaping pressure that he possesses, he was helpless to do much of anything there. He had no chance. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. On the return following a punt of 41. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Jerry Jeudy, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now this will make it into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Take over first and 10.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
And just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for Albert O. Albert Okuebunam was the target there, but it'll be 2nd and goal. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
The kick is
No success on first down. He couldn't get any yardage. They give it to him again, and he finds the end zone.
Sometimes it just has to be persistence, doesn't it? And you know who else helps with that? Offensive line. After a team's been stuffed, the last thing they want to do is go to a different play call. They want to come back and do it again and show that they can dominate the line of scrimmage.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Flushed out right. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
on second down and 4. Jackson, quick slant to Brown. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 42. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. Now a toss left side for Dobbins. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Jackson now off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear. But here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. Here's Jackson. He finds a man with a crossing route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 17-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Ravens nothing.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It's like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the final tally, as told by Next Gen Stats, he hit 21.5 miles per hour. Whoa. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing is Jackson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. Getting your back involved what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10.
The score, Broncos 17, Ravens 10. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
I guess I need to clarify. I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Now this time he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
To throw on 3rd and goal. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower to those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the pass.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Third and 2. Here's Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on fourth down conversions. And here we go again. Jackson throwing once more. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Jackson from the shotgun. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Dancing to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Open man. He completes it to Judy. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
44-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half. Are they going to measure revenge there? Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
37 yards there on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
32-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Marquise Brown, incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They go play action now. Jackson. He's got his man on the crossing route. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens have taken the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute drag meet so far. Fun to watch. And we've got a penalty marker down here as he's able to get this only to the 20-yard line. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Got a man. It's Judy complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. Now they try the right side here. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now a handoff looking right. Well, the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
They'll try to run this one in, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. And his kick is right through.
Makes the score Broncos 27, Ravens 24.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. This time Jackson will throw it, sliding out of the pocket. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off at the 49. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
And to give this time to the tailback. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. A little juke. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter, just a 3-point game, 2nd and 10. Force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it in.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Patrick Queen drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Jackson now. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 yards there. 1st down.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. And I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now they try the right side here. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Good. Makes the score. Ravens 31. Broncos 20.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
At the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And he'll give it here to his running back. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 40. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Going to give this time to the tailback. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Now a handoff working right. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll set up to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to get the 1st here as he's taken down at the 25. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Back to throw now on 1st down. And incomplete on the deep ball. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and that'll bring up second down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. On play action, they'll throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, throws like that, especially where we sit in the fourth quarter, he's got to be careful.
Yeah, and you know one of my faults is that I often view this game through a defensive back's eyes. And in this situation, your team's losing, it's late, tighter coverage, take a chance and go and try and step in front of one of those and make a big play. So if you're the quarterback, that should be in your head. This is their time to take a gamble.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
And such a close game, a very big one. He's to the 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And finally down at the 9-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. Try it here. He's back to throw. Forced out to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter, and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Oh, and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Right back to him on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Back to throw. Rolling to his right. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. And they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
21-yard line.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 6-yard line.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos push further out in front.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Jackson to throw. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he won't get in, but you can't be set up any better than that. They'll have the ball at the 1-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. taking it in from a yard out. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And the lead will grow by 1 more.
Makes the score Broncos 48, Ravens 31.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. Under pressure, they got him again. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. Jackson on 3rd and long. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 30, past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 89 yards. And the Ravens cut into that lead.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. He'll go up top here for him. And this is caught at the 20. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Do it again, do it again. And the Broncos 1st down.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. That one looks like he'll throw here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Noah Fant. Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Flushed out right. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there.
Final score, Broncos
Charles, it's
48.
one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Denver, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.